So hi again, this is Marcris, and from now, we will explain the 8 fundamental truths about tourism. So, truth number 1, as an industrial activity, tourism consumes resources, create waste, and has specific infrastructure needs. So, tourism consumes resources, create waste, and has specific infrastructure needs. Like ecotourism. Ecotourism is one of the fastest growing trends in worldwide. Ecotourism involves visiting undisturbed natural areas. When travel, it consumes oil, fuel, and it also creates waste from the tourist. Truth number 2, as a consumer of resources, it has the ability to overconsume resources. Yes, there was a ability to overconsume resources, especially the oil and water. Truth number 3, tourism, as a resource-dependent industry, must compete of scarce resources to ensure its survival. Yes, we must compete for scarce resources to ensure its survival, because if we don't compete, we may run out resources if we stay in our destination for too long. Truth number 4, tourism is a private sector dominated industry with investment decision being based predominantly on profit maximization. It is decision making on investment on our country for our tourism industry. Before we start a business, we must look for customers, the place, because if we invest early without a good customers, we must fail our business. For example, we start a restaurant. So before we start a restaurant, we should know the specific target is the millennials or the place. Matao ba to? Kaya ba ito puntahan ng mga tao? Lagi pa siyang dalaw-dalawit or something na malapit siyang puntahan, kaakit-akit, madaling, hindi na kailangan pa ng sumakay ng malayo, yung ganun. Kailangan nating tingnan muna yung ating paglalagyan nating business before tayo mag-invest ng pera. Truth number 5, tourism is a multi-faceted industry, and as such, it is almost impossible to control. Tourism is a multi-faceted. Tourism has 3 branches: the inbound, outbound, and domestic tourism. And tourism, it is almost impossible to control because it is a large, huge, and unstoppable. Truth number 6, tourists are consumers, not anthropologists. Yes, I am agree that the tourists are consumers, not anthropologists, because tourists travel for business and leisure, not for studying the nature. So, truth number 7, tourism is entertainment. It is also true that the tourism is entertainment because as a tourist, they travel to entertain themselves with the nature. Enjoying what you're doing, then you are entertained. Truth number 8, unlike other industrial activities, tourism generates income by importing clients rather than by exporting its product. Tourists cannot exist in social isolation host community. tourist purpose is to travel to another country. Tourism not only focus on the product but also it gives service to the client. Hi, I am Marvis and now I will answer 4 questions with my blindfold. Let's go! Question number 1. Why are governments around the world starting to invest in tourism infrastructure? What does this mean for the competitive environment for the Philippine tourism products? They need to invest in tourism infrastructure because tourism around the world and tourism is often large income. The example is Philippines because Philippines is richest country in terms of tourism. It can increase economy that can be increased tourism. So question number 2, how do we compare to the United States as a destination for travel? Because tourism in the United States is a large industry that serves millions of international and domestic tourists. But for me, I don't need to compare USA to another country because they have a good tourism and may kanya-kanya silang taglay at ambag sa tourism industry. What is the relationship between tourism and people understanding of a country's image? The tourism attraction and people understanding is related to each other because tourist attraction portrays the image and the people understanding is the one who judge on their own perspectives or figuring things out. Those two are related to each other because they need each other, like the beach resort. I mean, how do you say tourism if there's no tourist attraction and the people behind it? So question number 4. Why do we need to rehabilitate cultural and historical sites? They need to rehabilitate or restore to give more attraction to tourists, but not all historical or cultural sites. For me, we need to restore some historical or cultural sites if they have give important or memorable event in past year. But of course, even some historical sites have a memorable or important event in the past, we don't need to restore it because the event itself can give or provide a memory. Like here in Batangas, the old church in San Nicolas, diba? Nung nasira siya, hindi na siya ni-restore. Kasi makikita natin din yung past doon. Parang makikita natin na kung ano nasira noon, naabutan pa rin natin ngayon. Pero syempre, ang ginawa nila, instead na restored nila yung simbahan na yun, gumawa na sila ng ibang simbahan which is malayo sa mismong dating simbahan.